see that, see the organization get in more of those directions. When I see Kelly Township has got facilities that BVRA is not contributing to, that Lewis or East Buffalo Township just went out and did a rec study that BVRA had no part of. Even Lewisburg Borough went out and raised funds to do Hoof Naval Park and redo that, and BVRA was involved. It kind of makes you wonder why the organization is there. Where are we missing the boat on this if we're not actually helping the municipalities that created them?
Your next question. I'm concerned about development along Highway 15 going north from town. What is your vision for preventing this zone from becoming like the Strip in Shamokin Dam with all of its traffic problems and eyesores?
Well, there's kind of a double-edged sword with that. Yeah, it has become very congested. It has become very developed along the Route 15 corridor. Part of that's by design. Again, as I mentioned earlier, agriculture is one of our bigger industries in the township. And by forcing all of the development, forcing the industry over the commercial development toward 15, we've helped preserve a number of the agricultural opportunities that are in town, or in the township. Now, we have created other issues with traffic, and that's one of the initiatives that we have currently going. We've been working with our engineer, we just had a meeting with PennDOT, trying to do traffic studies to figure out what are the opportunities now that we've created this mess with traffic flow. What can we do to help fix that? And we're looking at red light sequencing and improvement up 15. We're looking at traffic flow patterns around the neighboring streets. And I'm told to shut up. If she had no question, can I keep talking?
That's a good question.
I just wonder, excuse me, is the area on Route 15, is that zoned or?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah, yes, okay, thank you.
That's it.
Next question.
Okay.
How would you balance small farm preservation with commercial farm development?
That's an interesting question. I mean, you've got to, agriculture is an industry like many others that is going through a lot of evolution. And with that, the farmers need to be able to make adjustments in the way they've done things to be able to sustain the farm and make it viable. As much as we'd all love to see the Norman Rockwell farms stick around, it's very, very difficult to make a living on those farms. And so you need to be able to give the farmers some slack and some opportunity to explore new options. That being said, I mean, you still need responsible agriculture. You still need, all of the things that make the rest of the community safe and secure and environmentally sound. And so it's a challenge. It's not an easy question, but you need to be willing to look beyond the box to explore new opportunities and new solutions.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rank, you now have 2 minutes to give your closing statement.
Well, as I mentioned, the years ahead of the township are going to be interesting years. There's a lot of challenging things coming up. Again, if you look at what goes on between Lewisburg Borough and East Buffalo Township, a lot of those challenges are heading toward Kelly. If you look at the regulations that are being passed in Harrisburg every year, those come down without support to your local townships. And, it's not always the simplest thing to say, well, we're just going to do it this way. I like to tell folks it's really easy to write an ordinance to, well, we'll just do this, and this is the new ordinance, and that'll solve the problem. It's not that simple. The process of creating all of the infrastructure and, supporting mechanism underneath that ordinance is incredibly difficult, and if you don't put the time and effort into making those things work right up front, as residents, you're going to be facing a lot of issues, a lot higher taxes, and substandard services that you really don't deserve. And that's where I think my background from a corporate, from a business, and from the experience as a township supervisor makes me much better suited to help settle or to deal with those challenges that lie ahead. I have 30 seconds if anybody needs it.
You finished? Okay. Mr. Rank, we thank you for coming here this evening as a candidate for Kelly Township Supervisor. We will now take a short break, and I mean a short break. We just need to get the next panel, which will be the magisterial district judges up front, get them settled here, and we will begin the next panel.